Hey good people, Tiffany Javon here, back with another video, and today is January 1st, 2025, so Happy New Year to everybody. I wanted to hop on really quick, first of all, to say Happy New Year. You guys will hear my son and maybe my husband in the background, but hey, it's all good, right? We're all family, right? But I wanted to hop on here to go through some of my new goals for 2025, and maybe even to, shed some light. Maybe, you guys can relate to these goals, and maybe this is something, that you guys would like to add to your list. But it's time out for resolutions. If anything, it's time for, goal setting. It's time for planning out the steps to be able to hit your goals, and it's time for getting laser focused, and so that way you can get the life that you want to live, right? You can get the quality of life that you want, and you can accomplish a lot of things. Now granted, 2024 was a great year, successful year, but I believe 2025 we can get elevated, right? We can go higher. So without further ado, the 7 goals that I'm going to share with you guys today, these are near and dear to me. They're on my list. I'm not even done with creating my goals for the new year, because I feel like goal setting should be something that you're doing on a continuous basis. It shouldn't just be based on a new year. It shouldn't just be based on, us rolling from an old year to a new year, or maybe even just a new month, but it should be on a continuous basis. So you should be evaluating, your goals. You should be evaluating how close you are, from ones that you hadn't hit yet, kind of what you need to do to maybe tweak some goals, and you should be consistently evaluating, changing, updating, and then putting your hand to the plow to continue to going. My son is really talking in the background, but anyway, that's what you get when you get a 2-year-old. Listen, they get talkative, and they don't stop, but it's quite all right. You guys will see him in later videos. So the number one goal is you want to set aside time daily to strengthen your faith walk. You want to strengthen your faith, whether it's meditating, whether it's praying, whether it's spending time when you're in transit, or whatever case may be. You want to set aside that time. I would like to set aside that time for more to strengthen, my faith, to strengthen my walk. Number 2 is I want to get reorganized. Getting reorganized. A lot of times in our homes, most of the things that get decluttered quickly is deals with rooms, like our closets, our pantry, or our cabinets. Our closets, our pantry, or our cabinets. And so getting those things reorganized, I found some cute things on TikTok that I would like to purchase, and to help, kind of restructure some things and get things more reorganized in our house. So I'm excited about that. Number 3 is I want to create a weekly cleaning schedule. I know sometimes with cleaning, you can get overwhelmed when you allow things to go too far for too long. If you only focus on maybe clothing, and washing laundry up, but the dishes need to be done, or you focus on the dishes and, you have laundry, or you have, like me, I have a 2-year-old, so toys are everywhere or whatever, and you can only stand them for so long, and then once it's too much stuff that's piled up, it can get overwhelming. So if you set yourself a weekly cleaning schedule, that's something that you can tackle on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? Maybe Monday is for doing a set of laundry. Tuesday for doing some reorganizing and straightening up. Wednesday, is for making sure all the dishes are washed and put away, and all that kind of stuff. And maybe even meal prepping and stuff like that too. Adding that in there as well, like a weekly schedule, looking at your week and planning out your family schedule that you need, whether it's cooking, cleaning, getting ready for school, getting ready for work, or whatever case may be, but just planning out your weeks, and being on a schedule, or at least trying to stick to one, right? Having some type of outline. Number 4 is doing a monthly family date night. I think a lot of times, couples and married people, we focus on, doing a date night with the parents, getting the mom and dad to get some time away from the child, or away from, the stresses of all the things, all the responsibilities, right? But I think that setting a specific time, because this is the first time I've heard this, setting a specific time for you all to go out as a family, mom, dad, and child, to go out as a family and to spend that family time and that quality time. I love that. And so I want to be certainly intentional about that in 2025, making sure that we put something on the schedule to get that done every month. Number 5 is to journal, and not just journal blindly, like, oh, how am I feeling today? Let me write it down. Now, granted, nothing's wrong with that, but what I'm talking about specifically with journaling is journaling your goals, journaling your ideas. And for a lot of people, or a lot of us, if we don't write it down, we won't stick to it. If we don't write it down, we will forget it. If we don't write it down, it would just get lost in the sauce. So you definitely want to be mindful if there's great ideas that are coming up, and they're firing off all cylinders, and you wake up one night, or you're before you go to bed, you have all these different ideas that you want to accomplish. Grab a pen, grab a notepad, write it down. Okay, once you write it down, then it becomes stamped at that point, and then you can build some steps to get it done. Okay. Number 6 is that you definitely want to do random acts of kindness. You want to make sure that you're giving back always, right? We're here on this earth, doing things for ourselves, but we're not always by ourselves, and we don't always need to just look for out for ourselves. When we're blessed and we're fortunate, we can help bless and help the less fortunate. So just finding time to do random acts of kindness, random acts of giving back, a toy drive, or blankets to the homeless, and socks, and during the time in the winter months where it's cold, just giving them something that they wouldn't have access to, because you have more than enough, and you can spare. You can spare a blanket, you can spare a coat, you can spare socks, you can spare a meal, right? So finding time to do random acts of kindness, I would say, even make it monthly. You know what I mean? Do at least once a month. Find somebody to give back to. Find somebody somewhere in some way to help provide for the less fortunate, because you can, right? And it just makes your heart feel good when you do things like that. 7, last but not least, better time, and I call it better life management. Not just looking at your career, or not just looking at schedules for just you, but looking at everybody's schedule, your schedule for your entire family, and looking at a calendar ahead of time, and looking at a calendar, or looking at a quarter, and trying to map out what you guys need to put on your calendars. Of course, you got to get work in there, if you got to get school and daycare or childcare in there, but you also got to get those family activities in there. You got to get that your vacation time in there. You got to get that wind down time, that refocus time, that recalibration time in there. You got to get that self-care time in there. Make sure you're looking at the calendar, and you're putting something on the calendar for yourself and for your family, so that way you guys can continue to thrive, like you need to. Other than that, guys, I'm super excited for this 2025. I wish you the best. I wish you so much success and wealth and health and happiness in this year. And until my next video, guys, be blessed. Bye.